Hello everyone, so I want to preface this by saying that I've been putting off doing a video on Jake Paul for what seems like a year now. Whilst I have found many things that Jake has done in that year rather deplorable, and no, okay, I'm not a Tory, I just have a decent vocabulary. Basically, like the title of this video, I didn't want to bring more attention to arguably the last person on earth who actually deserves that attention. But recently, and more so than ever, I've just been getting so sick of him. More than you lot are probably sick of me telling you to subscribe, which for the record, if you still haven't done yet, I'm going to break into your home and subscribe myself. The other reason this video is being made is that due to the dismal state that the world is currently in, there hasn't really been much to say about other influencers on social media. As much as I poke fun at people like Trisha Paytas and Lily Singh, or any of my usual subjects for that matter, all they've really done recently is shown that they're not completely dreadful people. They've been vocal with their platforms and I can respect that. Jake Paul, however, it's not just one mistake here, it's a consistent back and forth of him being a complete moron over and over and over and over. And you know what, let's take it back a few months to an interesting interaction that I had over on Twitter. On March the 28th, Jake Paul tweeted, "I really hate myself." Anyone else? I'm not sure if he's asking people if they hate themselves or if they hate him, but either way, yes. Now you lot know me by now, okay? Every now and then I get bored and decide to write essays over on Twitter. No one asks for my 500-word tweet citations, but if you're following a person like me, you should be expecting this inevitable reality, so get over it. I replied, "Rather than directing your energy towards self-pity, try being a better person. You loved being a villain, but that has a huge mental toll, and your brother proved that the world can go from hating you to loving you if you make those changes. Just be funny and not a prick." Now the reason I'm bringing this up is yes, okay, I did finesse him, high five, I'm fantastic. But I also wanted to show that I don't just incessantly hate people for views, money, or clout. I actually wanted to see a world where Jake Paul wasn't such a consistently reprehensible asshole. Was that too much to ask? And while some people may have thought that my reply was cringe, George, I've not forgotten about you, you minuscule oaf. Quite a few people agreed with me, the most noteworthy being Jake Paul's actual mother. She blessed me, as you can see here, might slap a retweet on that, and oh lordy, do I feel blessed. Sat here simping over Jake Paul's fucking mum. Unfortunately, she didn't bless me with a follow, and neither did she bless me by sliding into my DMs, but it is what it is, I'll take it. Basically, it was very easy for the mob to take this tweet and drive home the idea that the whole world hates him, but I, James Marriott, the Alpha Chad, chose not to do that. I think I actually gave some good advice here. I genuinely believe that Jake is an entertaining person, like his brother, which I will be getting back to. I think if he was to focus on being that one thing, you know, entertaining and not a loathsome waste man, I could genuinely see him having a decent revival on social media, and I'd enjoy it. I also think that 2020 would have been the perfect year for it. I want to talk a little bit about the boxing that happened at the end of January, although I don't know if we could really call it boxing. Don't get me wrong though, I'm a fan of boxing and I understand the fighting talk that you have to do to get into someone's head. I do, however, find it fairly cringy when such talk is coming from influencers better known for opening FIFA packs and being on a Disney show.
My shoulders are turning into steel, and you're bloody fucked.
Oh yes, very good fighting talk there, Jake. Ah yes, my shoulders, well, I can't move them because they're metal. But I'll tell you what, Gibbo, you're bloody fucked. What are you, dude? Fucking Sherlock Holmes? Watson, I think he's bloody fucked. It really doesn't surprise me that Jake had a massive mental crash after winning against Gib. The tweet that I spoke about earlier was just a small result of said crash. You can see him in Logan's vlog, he's just completely out of it. For example here, he's desperately looking for ways to be happy.
If you say whoop whoop 3 times, you have to be happy. And it worked.
How long till you depressed again?
Like 10 minutes. But then just do it again.
Now, I watched this video a day before I tweeted Jake telling him to stop pitying himself and to move on from this villain persona that I had believed he was largely performing. And yeah, okay, I did compare him to his brother. I had people telling me that, oh no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't compare siblings because it'll make them feel like the runt of the litter. But screw that idea, okay? It's less about the fact that Logan is Jake's brother and more that Logan is Logan. You know, that guy who filmed the body of a man that had just ended his own life. That Logan Paul, okay, the one I practically stan at this point. Logan, in my eyes, is the icon of social media redemption. He's proof that cancel culture means nothing as long as you learn and give people a reason to watch you. He just so happens to be Jake's brother. Logan seems to surround himself with a lot more real people, and I'm not talking physically real, okay, because, you know, Lana Rhodes is hardly that. But emotionally, Mike wrote an entire book about his struggles with drug addiction. This guy's not fake, okay? He's not trying to hide anything. He's wrote an entire fucking novel about his issues. Logan's assistant as well seems like an honest and likable person. For example, there's this video where Logan surprised surprises her with her dream vehicle. Yeah, I've already said it, okay? Don't be surprised when I say I stan Logan Paul. I watch every video at this point, it's a problem. He starts by giving her some really shitty gifts after working for him for 2 years. Literally just flowers and chocolates that she went out and bought herself. And yet here she is, not really caring or keeping her feelings to herself and not being all self-righteous about it. Now let's compare that to some of the people that Logan Paul used to interact with. There's a video that recently popped up in my recommended called People Will Do Anything. Now this girl right here is Daisy Keach. I want you to remember that, okay? You remember Daisy, right? She's the one that we were all feeling sorry for. She got screwed over by the hype house. Oh, what a shame. Thomas Petro is bad. Grr. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Please end my suffering. Basically, Logan has access to an unusually big fan. That's actually a suitable description for me at this point. That's put things into perspective. And like any other content creator based in LA, he goes, how can we fit this huge and pointless piece of equipment into a video? I've got an idea. Money. The long and short of this idea is that if you pick up the money that Logan floats towards you, you can keep it. To make it a little bit more spicy, however, there's also a homeless man chucked into the mix. Now, the majority of the influencers fight for the money like some wild fucking foxes, but credit to them, okay, they give the money to the homeless guy. The same, however, cannot be said for Daisy Keach, who keeps the money. She's literally called out for it right here, and she still keeps the money. TikTok is a fantastic app, okay, because it means that you can only see an influencer for 10 seconds at a time. It really helps you ignore the fact that this woman that many of you are probably following scrambled for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, went in front of a homeless man and chose to keep it. It blows my mind, okay? Even a sociopath would give the money to the homeless guy so they could get clout points for doing the right thing. She chose to keep money that could have gone to someone with no home, and then she posed for the thumbnail. You simply cannot call me out for stanning Logan Paul when you stan her. If you know who she is, which you probably don't. Now, you don't really see Logan hanging out with people like this anymore. You can't really say the same for Jake, though. One moment that really stands out to me is in another one of Logan's vlogs from February. Yes, I watch him too much, okay? I have a serious problem. On the day of Jake's fight, Jake Paul's right-hand man just starts fighting people for no reason. Like, read the room, dude. Are you really trying to make this day about you?
What the fuck off me? Argue with me on fight day, bitch.
To be honest though, can you really blame him? If I walked around dressed like that, then I'd probably want to fight everyone that looked at me too. The guy's called Armani, apparently. Sorry, I feel like I just threw up in my mouth a bit there. I found this clip of him giving an interview about Gibb in early January. It pretty much sums up how much of a twat this guy is.
I wouldn't want to piss us off because you're never gonna come over here and do anything fucking cool ever, bro.
Not yet.
What, hanging out with this guy makes you fucking cool, does it? I'd rather hang myself. At the end of the day, we also need to remember that Jake and Logan Paul are two completely different people. Logan's also older than Jake, so he's probably more emotionally mature, but they are at such polar opposites of my dickhead scale. Here we have Logan, who made an incredibly insightful podcast surrounding the Black Lives Matter movement. He had a clip that went viral for all of the right reasons. A lot of people in my community questioned his intentions, saying that he might just be virtue signaling for positive attention, but that doesn't really matter to me. As long as someone's showing a lot of support for the movement, I don't really care why they're doing it, and especially if it's reaching that amount of people, then that's a huge net positive. So many young, impressionable people watch the Paul brothers, and Logan said some really powerful shit here. It certainly stuck with me, although I do stand Logan Paul, so perhaps I'm a little bit biased. And then at the other end of my dickhead spectrum, Jake Paul, man, I don't even know what to say about him at this point. So the reason I was gonna make this video last week is that Jake Paul filmed himself taking part in the rioting and looting of a mall in Arizona. I can vividly imagine the cursed smile on his face when he realized that him and his dumb fuckboy friends could go out and use this horrific event to do some childish shit and steal some vodka. He has been charged, by the way, which is a tremendous dub for the internet. Please, can I get a poggers in chat? I don't know what that means. Now, in a load of articles about this ridiculous incident, Logan Paul is brought up again. His elder brother Logan Paul, also a famous YouTuber, is no stranger to controversy either. It then cites his video in Japan, but fails to mention his support for the Black Lives Matter movement because obviously that's irrelevant here. He's no stranger to controversy, remember? Jake Paul's responses to the charges left an even worse taste in my mouth. Give me my charges and let's put the focus back on George Floyd and Black Lives Matter. Now, he's not wrong here, okay, but of course he'd say that. Yeah, please don't focus on the criminal conviction I'm getting here. Focus on the thing I took advantage of to loot some vodka. He also made a video responding to the backlash that he got. Obviously, the likes and the comments are turned off, probably because he didn't want the focus to be on him during such a difficult time. Not because the comments would have been filled with people rightfully calling him out. Now, alongside this video, he shouts out a fundraiser. This is great, okay, the more donations, the better, and any attention for Black Lives Matter chatter is a good thing. However, let's be clear here, okay? The fundraiser wasn't organized by Jake Paul. It was organized by a guy called That Midget Asian. But that's okay. At the end of the day, it's fine that you joined in on someone else's fundraiser, as long as you didn't pretend that you raised all of the money yourself. So that's what Jake didn't do. He definitely didn't pretend that he raised all of the money himself. So Jake Paul obviously quoted a tweet about how he supposedly raised $32,000 in 20 minutes. He added, "with yours help," and a rock star emoji. You know, like a, with yours help. Now, the creator that actually organized that fundraiser wasn't very happy about this and made a TikTok.
Now imagine Jake Paul makes a video 3 days later and puts "your fundraiser, that's me, the organizer," and you see that he's taken all the credit that you raised.
My question, Jake, is why? Why wouldn't you just make a fundraiser yourself? Was it because you were worried that no one would donate to you? Because you didn't, by the way, in comparison to the amount of people that donated to That Midget Asian's fundraiser. You remember, right? The fundraiser that you claimed was your own? Something I noticed is the caption under this fundraiser reads, "no more videos until we reach this goal." I have no idea how much this goal actually was, but wouldn't it be funny if the goal had already been reached by the time that Jake Paul uploaded the video? Sorry, that's not funny at all, really. The only joke here is Jake Paul. So yeah, all in all, stop paying attention to him. Of course, it's a bit ironic that you've just watched this video, but I want to say now I'm done talking about him. I've lost all hope. I don't think I'm even going to bother addressing him at this point. This is my last Jake Paul video. As much as I believe that every human should have an opportunity for redemption, I just don't really want to pay any more attention to him. I'm sick of it, to be honest, and here's a formal clip of me saying that I'm done. I'm done with Jake Paul videos. And quite frankly, I hope you are too. I left a really important document regarding the Black Lives Matter in the pinned comment on my last video, and because the subject matter's been quite similar, I'm going to be doing the same for this video. We're actually starting to see some legal changes in the United States, which is a fantastic thing. And with that being said, I hope you've had a fantastic day. I hope this video was therapeutic for some of you. And yeah, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new or have not done so already, because I will find you. Okay, I will. And I will catch you next time.